This video contains spoilers for The Wheel of Time, Season 2, Episode 2. Let's get into our recap.
Okay, just a quick note. I'm trying a different format for the recap, so I'm doing it story by story. They're going to let me know when I'm done which one they like better, and you can let me know which one you like better. Okay, Episode 2, Strangers and Friends, written by Catherine B. McKenna, directed by Thomas Napper. In a scene I have never seen before, Leandron brings Matt some sweet cakes, and when he touches them, he makes them filthy. Apparently, the Aes Sedai are still just watching him to be sure the dagger effects are gone. When she leaves the room, Matt immediately jumps up to begin digging again. He finally gets one stone to fall out of the wall and finds Min trapped in the room next door. He gives her a spoon, and they both continue digging at the wall. Once the hole is big enough, Min climbs through to Matt's room with a bottle of wine. She tells him she came to Tarvalon to bartend, but was captured by a Red for her ability to glimpse the pattern. Matt does not want to know what she sees about him, but we do, and she sees him killing Rand. Whoops. In the novice quarters, again, a scene I am seeing for the first time, some servants are moving in literally everything a new girl owns. This new girl insults poor little innkeeper's daughter Egwene's lack of anything fancy, but she doesn't mean to, she's just sheltered. Her name is Elaine Tricand, the daughter heir of Andor, and Egwene is her subject, despite having never heard of her. Elaine wants to be besties immediately. Egwene gives her a tour of the tower, but Elaine has already spent her summers here. She just wants to hang out with her new friend. Aww. Shiriam demands to know who let Elaine bring all her shit in here, but Elaine won't say and takes the punishment, a switching every day, on her own shoulders.
Sorry,
Shiriam only addresses Egwene to ask where Nynaeve is. The girls share some beer that Elaine brewed herself with the power. Elaine asks Egwene about Nynaeve, and of course, in the grand history of all media, Nynaeve overhears Egwene talking about her.
Is that beer?
I thought she said something about beer.
Yeah, it's definitely an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that
it's beer
part.
or cider.
Elaine tells Egwene to stop being jealous after having known her 2 hours, and I love Elaine.
She says she's seen jealousy. She is the daughter heir, after all.
She has, yes. Leandron brings Nynaeve to watch an accepted healing a child of breakbone fever. Leandron pockets a vial of the healing herbs because one moment can't go by without her doing something underhanded. Nynaeve is amazed by the healing weaves.
Whoa. Those are not healing herbs. Those are herbs.
It's like a drink. I don't know. It's a vial of something.
It's something
it's like morphine.
Yeah, it's like poison.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, my closed captioning wasn't working, so there's a lot of stuff in this I could barely hear, or understand, I should say. Nynaeve is amazed by the healing weaves. Leandron tells her about how she can train with the Ajahs as an accepted, while continuing to try to recruit her to the Reds. She says that Aes Sedai have extended lives and can make big changes in the world. She tells Nynaeve to take the test for accepted when she is called to. Then Leandron can take over her studies. Alana and her warders have a meeting with Shiriam, a rather important one, about Nynaeve's testing. Shiriam is for it. She wants Nynaeve's power on their side for the last battle. Alana doesn't like it, but she's all packed up to go and help Moraine, so she can't do much about it. Nynaeve sees Leandron leaving through a secret passage out of the tower and follows her. Leandron goes to the home of a very sick older man who she's been trying to heal. She gets extremely angry when she sees Nynaeve watching, and we find out this guy is her son? Nynaeve tries to help her, but Leandron slaps her and throws her out. I am shook. Leandron slept with a man?
No, she voluntarily did that.
Later that night, Leandron summons Nynaeve into the basement, where Lyanna and Shiriam are waiting. Accepted test, bitches. Nynaeve approaches the arches, but we'll need to wait for next episode, because this needs time to simmer. Moraine and Lan recover from their wounds. Sisters, Verin and Adeleas,
yes, I noticed
have agreed to accompany Moraine on her journey. Moraine tells Lan they are headed to the White Tower, while continuing to be an absolute bitch to him. The group camps for the night, and Verin admits to Moraine that she knows she has found the dragon. Moraine non-subtly pulls her dagger half out of its scabbard, and Verin is happy to see that Moraine would kill for him. She won't take an oath to Moraine, but says she will go to the tower and retrieve prophecies that Moraine will need. In camp, Adeleas goads Moraine and Lan into telling the story of how they met, which ends with Lan tossing Moraine into a pond. Lan finds the poem from Bail Doman on Moraine's horse, but pockets it as Moraine approaches. He apologizes for failing during the Fade attack. Moraine tells him that she picked him as her warder because she knew he was strong enough to survive alone. She finally explains everything. The seals are failing and freeing the Forsaken. He has no conception of the power they wield. She tells him Rand's alive, and she is sending Lan back to the tower with Alana, who appears from the darkness. Lan failed her, and they were never equals. Can she say more mean things? I don't think so.
She's white fanging him hard this
Yeah,
time.
this is
He knows
yeah,
it.
vicious.
This
Vicious.
is white fanging. She's throwing
The
rocks
dream
at
is
him.
dead,
She's
and Moraine
throwing.
leaves him.
She's throwing verbal stones at him.
He says, don't do it. Don't white fang me. She does it anyway. Elias leads the Shinarans to an abandoned town. Perrin thinks he sees a woman in a window, but when they go inside the home, it's all flies and dead bodies and rotting food. Perrin, amid more wolf howls and golden eyes, sees a vision of the family who live there getting slaughtered by dark friends in a fade. Elias tries to talk to him about the visions, but Perrin still wants no part of it. Elias says something scared Fane and his crew away, just as Massima finds a dead Fade nailed to a door. No one wants to wait around and see who did that, so they peace out. They stop for the night at a nice little town on the river where everyone is happy and nothing bad will ever happen. Elias prefers to sleep under the stars and tells Perrin the Shinarans are not his pack. In the night, Perrin awakens to absolute chaos. 2 soldiers drag him from his bed. Everyone is fighting. The townspeople are all being corralled or killed. The soldiers try to tie Loyal down, but he is roaring like a goddamn monster and literally busting heads. The Shinarans are also destroying guys. Again, I really wish this happened in the daytime. Eventually, the group gathers together and is approached by 4 women. 2 in the front are wearing gags. Before they can think, the women channel an absolute hurricane blast of wind that sends them all flying. Perrin is unconscious until morning when the soldiers have the townspeople gathered outside. 2 very important women are carried in on a huge palanquin, accompanied by a Shamael. Great news all around. Rand is having terrible dreams about killing all his 2 Rivers friends and a Shamael taunting him. He's also sleeping with his landlady, and he's not even getting a break on rent. He's staying just outside Cairhien, amidst the lower-class people of the Foregate, but he's got a cushy job inside the walls, at a sanitarium, where he gets a glimpse of what his future may hold. He's kind to the patients, especially one older man who used to be a blade master, and thinks Rand is an Aiel from his past. The man, Errol, tells Rand about how fierce the Aiel were that he faced in the war. A dickhead co-worker of Rand's makes fun of the patients and thinks he's so cool because he gets to work outside in the garden with the more famous residents. Errol whispers to Rand exactly what sword forms he would use to murder that guy. That night, the Foregate is rockin'. People are carousing, Trolloc puppets are dancing. Rand watches as Johnny Dickhead stupidly walks away from his friends, and Rand uses the opportunity to teach the guy a lesson. Except he accidentally channels, and if Johnny's not dead, he's as close as it gets.
I think he's alive. I think he breathes.
He's breathing.
He
He's
breathes.
breathing.
It's
But
very-
his
yeah.
head's not where it should be on his
Right.
body.
All right. Rand goes back to his room and finds Celine waiting. He wants to be alone, but she's not having it. So fine, he'll have sex with her. God. Rand and Celine pillow talk about old flames. Rand reminds Celine of someone she used to love, and she likes to pretend Rand is him.
That's good.
The next day at work, Rand gets Johnny Dickhead's position. A promotion, way to go. Outside in the garden with the more famous residents, Rand meets his new patient, Logain Ablar, the false dragon. Was this his plan all along? I have no idea. The end.
Yeah.